It's 20 years later, I think, probably a little bit more, and a lot has happened since the stage life, and my life changed. I had sicknesses, and I moved from America to Switzerland, and retirement set in, and things changed.
The queen of rock and roll herself, the indomitable Tina Turner.
Who are you here to see today? That's right.
Her incredible life and career is like a roller coaster ride of indescribable highs and unimaginable lows. She has overcome hardship with an infectious love for life and a perspective on existence that transcends her music.
Some people called me foolish woman. I think it took a smart woman to live with a man and to live in that situation.
Every now and then, it was some fun. Why I felt so comfortable leaving America was because everyone treated me not as a black person, they treated me just as a star.
With over 100 million records, Turner is one of the best-selling record artists of all time. She has received 12 Grammy Awards, which include 8 competitive awards, 3 Grammy Hall of Fame awards, and a Grammy Lifetime Achievement Award. She was the first black artist and first female to be on the cover of Rolling Stone.
I think if I'd had as many records as the Stones, I could justify it. But 2 albums and having it, it's almost like saying, well, it's because of the book, and it's because I've worked there long. You put 10,000 becauses on it, and because you don't really know why.
People still see me as Tina. I will always be Tina to them because that they only see me on stage.
Behind the scenes, Tina was very much, she didn't want the shame of it, of people knowing what was going on.
I'm happier than I ever thought that life would become for me. So that means that most of my hardships came while I was young, growing up. And in the last days, when normally people suffer from old age and sickness, my happiness came. I'm really thoroughly happy.
From Proud Mary to What's Love Got to Do with It? Tina Turner is simply the best.
So aside of being really tired of talking about myself, I'm really proud of what my future as a star became. I feel proud that I hold that in my hand. It's very good. I go to the doctor now once a month for them to just check to make sure everything is going. I take medicine once a day that I have to for the rest of the life. And I did fall a couple of days ago and broke something, so I was in the wheelchair and on the crutches. But now I'm going through my sick period. And I think that'll take me right into the 90s or whatever. I'll be around for a while.
Tina Turner was born Anna Mae Bullock on November 26, 1939, in Brownsville, Tennessee, the youngest daughter of Zelma Priscilla and Floyd Richard Bullock. The family lived in the nearby rural, unincorporated community of Nutbush, Tennessee, where her father worked as an overseer of the sharecroppers at Poindexter Farm on Highway 180. She later recalled picking cotton with her family at an early age. Tina had 2 older sisters, Evelyn Juanita Curry and Ruby Aline Bullock. As young children, the 3 sisters were separated when their parents relocated to Knoxville, Tennessee, to work at a defense facility during World War II. She went to stay with her strict religious paternal grandparents, Alex and Roxana Bullock, who were deacon and deaconess at the Woodlawn Missionary Baptist Church. After the war, the sisters reunited with their parents and moved with them to Knoxville. 2 years later, the family returned to Nutbush to live in the Flag Grove community, where she attended Flag Grove Elementary School from 1st through 8th grade. As a young girl, Tina sang in the church choir at Nutbush's Spring Hill Baptist Church. When she was 11, her mother Zelma ran off without warning, seeking freedom from her abusive relationship with Floyd by relocating to St. Louis in 1950. 2 years after her mother left the family, her father married another woman and moved to Detroit in 1952. Tina and her sisters were sent to live with their maternal grandmother, Georgiana Curry, in Brownsville, Tennessee. She stated in her autobiography, I, Tina, that she felt her mother had not loved her and that she wasn't wanted, and that her mother had planned to leave her father when pregnant with her. She was a very young woman who didn't want another kid, Turner wrote. A self-professed tomboy, she joined both the cheerleading squad and the female basketball team at Carver High School in Brownsville and socialized every chance she got. When she was 16, her grandmother died, so she went to live with her mother in St. Louis. She graduated from Sumner High School in 1958. After her graduation, she worked as a nurse's aide at Barnes Jewish Hospital. Turner began her career in 1958, appearing under the name Little Ann, and it wasn't until 1960 that she started performing as Tina Turner. Tina and her sister began to frequent nightclubs in St. Louis and East St. Louis. She first saw Ike Turner perform with his band, the Kings of Rhythm, at the Manhattan Club in East St. Louis. She was so impressed by his talent, recalling that she almost went into a trance watching him play. She asked Ike to let her sing in his band, despite the fact that few women had ever sung with him. He said he'd call her, but never did. One night in 1957, she got hold of the microphone from Kings of Rhythm drummer Eugene Washington during an intermission, and she sang the B.B. King blues ballad, You Know I Love You. Upon hearing her sing, Ike asked her if she knew more songs. She sang the rest of the night and became a featured vocalist with his band. During this period, he taught her the finer points of vocal control and performance. Tina's first recording was in 1958 under the name Little Ann on the single Box Top. She is credited as a vocalist on the record alongside Ike and fellow Kings of Rhythm singer Carlson Oliver. After the release of A Fool in Love, Ike created the Ike and Tina Turner Review, which included the Kings of Rhythm and a girl group called the Ikeettes as backing vocalists and dancers. Ike put the entire review through a rigorous touring schedule across the United States, performing 90 days straight in venues around the country. During the days of the Chitlin Circuit, the Ike and Tina Turner Review built a reputation as one of the most hottest, most durable, and potentially most explosive of all R&B ensembles. In 1960, Ike wrote A Fool in Love for singer Art Lassiter. Tina was to sing background with Lassiter's backing vocalists, the Artlettes. Lassiter failed to show up for the recording session at Technisonic Studios. Since Ike had already paid for the studio time, Tina suggested to sing lead. He decided to use her to record a demo with the intention of erasing her vocals and adding Lassiter's at a later date. Local St. Louis disc jockey Dave Dixon convinced Ike to send the tape to Juggy Murray, president of R&B label Sue Records. Upon hearing the song, Murray was impressed with Bullock's vocals, later stating that Tina sounded like screaming dirt. It was a funky sound. Murray bought the track and paid Ike a $25,000 advance for the recording and publishing rights. Murray also convinced Ike to make Tina the star of the show. However, family and friends still called her Ann.
People still see me as Tina. I will always be Tina to them because that they only see me on stage. They're not in my home and in my private life. I don't travel a lot. I stay at home so they can go by how I live my life here to know that no, oh no, she's not that way or this way. So they would know that that part of Tina is only on for stage.
Turner likened her early relationship with Ike Turner to that of a brother and sister from another lifetime. They were platonic friends from the time they met in 1957 until 1960. Their affair began while Ike was with his live-in girlfriend, Lorraine Taylor. They became intimate when she went to sleep with him after another musician threatened to go to her room. After recording A Fool in Love, Turner told Ike that she didn't want to continue their relationship. He responded by striking her in the head with a wooden shoe stretcher. Turner recalled that this incident was the first time he instilled fear in her.
Every now and then, it was some fun. Sometimes it was, but I don't remember what it was. But I remember there were days that was lighter and nicer, but mostly he was just a really always angry with me. Oh, he treated me like I was a prisoner and he was the guard.
After the birth of their son, Ronnie, in October 1960, they moved to Los Angeles in 1962 and married in Tijuana. In 1963, Ike purchased a house in the View Park area. They brought their son, Ronnie, Turner's son, Craig, and Ike's two sons with Lorraine from St. Louis to live with them. Later, she revealed in I, Tina that Ike was abusive and promiscuous throughout their marriage, which led her to a suicide attempt in 1968 by overdosing on Valium pills.
When it looked like I possibly couldn't get out because I was really afraid, I planned, okay, then I'll just die because I'm really tired of everything. You know, no hit records, being blamed for Ike not being able to come up with hit records because I wasn't singing properly. And then the one night when it really just got a bit too much where crying didn't even help, I took them all almost like in 2 swallows, and I didn't regret any of it. And actually, when I opened my eyes, I went, excuse the expression, oh, I'm still here. I really had planned to leave here.